In the book of Ephesians, the Apostle Paul makes it plain. We are saved by grace through faith. There's no law that we can keep, nothing that we can do to earn salvation. It is the gift of God. In another place, Romans chapter 3, Paul tells us that all have sinned and come short of the glory of God, and that a man is justified by faith without the deeds of the law. He concludes by asking a very important question. Do we then make void the law through faith? Now, before we take a look at the answer, let us consider another very important question. Do we make void what law through faith? What law was the Apostle Paul talking about? In the book of Ephesians, Paul speaks of Jews and Gentiles. He addresses lasciviousness, lying, and covetousness. He quotes the fifth commandment, honor thy father and thy mother, and addresses idolatry, a clear reference to the first and second commandments, plainly stating that idolaters have no inheritance in the kingdom of Christ. He's talking about the commandments recorded in the Old Testament and warns of a penalty for willfully breaking them. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. What about Romans chapter 3? Once again, what law was the Apostle Paul talking about? He begins by stating the Jews have an advantage because the oracles of God were committed to them. Acts chapter 7 tells us that those lively oracles were received at Mount Sinai, a clear and undeniable reference to the Ten Commandments. The question remains, do we then make void the law through faith? Now for Paul's answer. God forbid, yea, we establish the law. Earnestly contending for the faith once delivered to the saints. I'm Richard Reeves with Just the Facts.